The crypto market is not made for everyone, and I do think that this recent price action in this space has been proof of that. I mean, let's just be honest here. It's been a wild ride in the last couple weeks for crypto, specifically in the last 72 hours as well. And as we look at HBAR, guys, I want to show you something very interesting on the price chart, but I also want to talk about some very interesting things as well. So stick around until the end of this video. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. And also don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms and join the free Discord down in the description below to make sure that you are getting every single amount of information possible around crypto. Now, as we take a quick look at this space, yes, it's been a wild 24 hours, wild 72 hours, and a wild week for crypto. And trading volumes across the board it's crazy. I mean, let's just be honest here. Tether, $175 billion, $185 billion in 24 hours. Bitcoin, $106 billion. Ethereum, $66.9 billion. Like, this is pretty wild. And it's across the board. So, as we look at that, well, let's take a quick look at HBAR's trading volume. It is up 261% on the 24-hour span because most of the market is as well. But let's take a quick look at the chart. So if I showed you this chart, what would you say? You'd probably say, wow, this looks rough, right? This is a beautiful distribution on this chart. We just redistributed all of the liquidity from the entire run from 2022 to now. What do I mean by that? Well, we just took this low liquidity from May 2022. This is where we bounced, and now we are trading at about roughly 5 cents. It's right around like 5 1/4. But overall, 3 main targets on this chart now. We need to clear a few levels. Let's just be honest here. We have a lot of work to do. Key area of interest is around roughly almost 6 to 7 cents. We need to flip the 7-cent zone again. And from there, we look at the next 3 targets. Initial liquidity grab at around 10 cents. Next is about 14 cents. And following it up with that May high at about roughly 18 cents. This is what we are focused on. Now, outside of just the price chart, because you know, yes, we are focused on prices in this space right now. Everyone's focused on the charts. Everyone's focused on the crash. I want you guys to understand that, you know, altcoins are just not going to move for quite some time. And what do I mean by that? Well, we're still looking at one thing, and that is Bitcoin dominance. Now, this thing does look pretty weak right now on the daily, but we still have a lot of room to go until we can get a little bit excited on altcoins. But I do believe that altcoins are about to bounce very hard if we could have a daily candle close on Bitcoin above the July lows. And from there, we really kind of target the May lows. And then we really look for much higher above $60,000 plus. But until then, let's see what happens. Let's remain patient. Let's remain calm and make sure that emotions are not deciding what you do in the space, because emotions are the biggest profit killer. But let's go back in time a little bit to February 24th, 2022. The tokenization of the world starts now. That was a post, and this was written by Lehman Baird, the inventor of Hashgraph and the co-founder of Hedera, the president of Swirls, which did recently turn into Hashgraph. But outside of this, I summarize this post because, you know, I want to save some time for you guys. I don't want to waste your guys' time. And if we take a quick look into this, we have the internet is on the brink of a significant transformation from the centralized siloed Web 2 to the decentralized and interconnected Web 3, driven by technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain, and DLT. Now, mind you, this was back in February of 2022. This is before everyone was talking about tokenization, before everyone was talking about AI, and Hedera already saw what was coming. In this new era, most assets will be tokenized, enabling fractional ownership, global sharing, and instant transfers without intermediaries. Currently, tokenization is already visible in social and creator tokens, NFTs for digital art, and real estate. This trend is expected to accelerate, transforming business and social interaction similarly to how smartphones revolutionized everyday tasks and user-generated content. Web 3.0 promises enhanced data integrity, ensuring accurate and consistent information with traceable origins. This integrity will naturally extend to tokenization, representing various societal, economic, and financial elements on distributed ledgers with guaranteed authenticity. The result will be increased liquidity, reduced costs, and faster settlements, defining new asset transfer and value creation roles. Tokenization is set to impact diverse sectors. I would argue it's set to impact every single sector, every single industry, everything of value around us. NFTs have revolutionized digital art ownership, while stablecoins are enhancing international remittances. Traditional financial instruments like stocks and bonds will benefit from improved transparency and inclusivity. The entertainment industry is also evolving with creator tokens, fostering new fan interactions. The token economy will require an integrated ecosystem of exchanges, wallet providers, custodians, standard bodies, auditors, and insurance agencies to function effectively. As Web 3.0 evolves, it will bring about fairer, more transparent, and efficient business processes, offering everyone a stake in the token economy. Now, as we do look into this, right, I want to reiterate a few things that we know. Number one was the Blackrock announcement from April that got completely blown out of proportion. It, pumped HBAR massively. Then all of a sudden it sold off because everyone was calling it fake news, even though Archix is tokenizing a Blackrock money market fund on Hedera. And the reason why I bring this back up is because, everyone was saying like, oh, there's no connection back to Blackrock when it comes to Hedera. Like, this is a big nothing event. Like, who cares? And then we got a big announcement today. Now, obviously, yes, the money market fund is tokenized on Hedera. Yes, it is a BlackRock money market fund. Is BlackRock specifically looking at Hedera to tokenize on? No, not at this moment. But it is a money market fund that is owned by BlackRock that will be tokenized on Hedera. They did have to sign off on it, so they were aware of it. This announcement today, which I have over here, I said, do you see it now? This is a very big announcement. So we have from Hedera, we're excited to announce that Hedera has officially joined the IIF, the Institute of International Finance, joining the likes of Circle, Coinbase, and BlackRock, and other leading institutions to collaboratively foster global financial stability and sustainable economic growth. Now we're going to dive deep on why this is very big, but first I want to share with you guys what you should be seeing from this announcement, which is financial markets are evolving to the next step. Tokenization of everything is starting, and the key players are being picked while most are overlooking it. Hedera has a seat at the table. Now, as we take a quick look at the Institute of International Finance, we are met with their homepage. And if we scroll down, we have the About section. The IIF, the Institute of International Finance, is the global association of the financial industry with about 400 members from more than 60 countries. The IIF provides its members with innovative research, unparalleled global advocacy, and access to leading industry events that leverage its influential network. Its mission is to support the financial industry in the prudent management of risk, to develop sound industry practices, and to advocate for regulatory, financial, and economic policies that are in the broad interest of its members and foster global financial stability and sustainable economic growth. IIF members include commercial and investment banks, asset managers, insurance companies, professional service firms, exchanges, sovereign wealth funds, hedge funds, central banks, and development banks. This is one of the largest organizations out there. And if we take a quick look at some of their members, there's 400 members. Guys, a lot of these companies are major banks. Aberdeen's on here, which is a major asset management company that is tokenizing on Hedera. But if we scroll down, major markets, major, banks, financial companies. I mean, just right off the rip, right? We could see major banks around the world, central banks around the world, Bank of America, Citi, BNY Mellon, BlackRock, BBVA. Guys, the list just goes on and on and on. And now we have Hedera tapped in and being another name on this list. Now, what is the status of Hedera being put on this list? What is really going on? Well, we know that Hedera is sitting at the big table. That's the main thing to focus on with this. But also, we need to focus on what the goal of the Institute of International Finance is, which I just read to you what their full-on goal here is. They are shaping the financial industry through their network, and their network is filled with central banks, major financial companies, all those great names. But also, we have key topics here. Now, I do have this digital finance one open, which we will obviously dive into. But these are the 4 key things that they're focused on, which is sustainable finance, digital finance, risk and regulation, and debt. Now, you could read over all of this if you wanted to. That's totally fine. I personally am not going to do that. In fact, the number one thing that I'm focused on here is digital finance as it pertains to Hedera and it pertains to tokenization. We have digital finance. The IIF is leading efforts to help our members and the public sector understand and leverage the technology-driven transformations reshaping financial services. We focus on DLT, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, quantum computing, data policy, digital identity, cloud, and other technologies. Our industry leading work on digital asset regulation engages global standard-setting bodies and central banks to help understand and shape the development of CBDCs and private tokenization solutions. We advocate for financial services innovation, as well as making cross-border payments more efficient, and our events bring together senior public sector officials, financial service providers or leaders, and technology experts. Now, the number one thing that this reads off to me is not only are they fully focused on tokenization, as you guys can see on some of their recent publications, but they are also focused on regulation. Why is all of this very important? Well, we know Hedera is tied to this organization now. The public and private sector is coming together to collaborate on the new world of finance that is becoming a reality. That is now a big focus of mine, because I do believe that we are ever closer now than ever before to finally realizing in the Web3 world, realizing in the 4th industrial revolution around finance and every single major industry around us, every single sector. BlackRock, just to name one name, is now fully embracing tokenization. They're fully embracing DLT. Yes, they have their ETF, which is making them a ton of money off the backs of the retail sector. The ETF is not my focus. I don't even care about ETFs. It's all hype. That's all ETFs are. I'm focused on what they're doing on the back end, which is, of course, tokenization. They're focused on tokenization. Central banks around the world are now exploring CBDCs, 93% of them to be specific. And what are they going to be leveraging? They're going to be leveraging this space, names in this space like Hedera that have the best in class technology. And when we take a quick look back at these key topics, like, for example, sustainable finance, we have to mention Hedera. It is a carbon negative DLT. It's one of the most efficient, most sustainable DLTs in this space. And they are now sitting at a major table with the IIF, with all of these major players. And it's all around regulation of these new technologies so that they can finally be integrated and utilized within the global system. I could not be any happier about what is happening here when it comes to digital assets and this entire space, specifically around the technology, because what this is all leading to is what Hedera warned us about back in February of 2022, which was the tokenization of the world starts now. And the reason why this was a big topic back in 2022 is because it was also during the same year that we started to hear discussions around BlackRock getting in on the tokenization space and the hype. And that happened at the end of 2022. But we already had a few big players jumping in. JP Morgan was one that was really kind of looking at tokenization as well. And now it's such a heavy topic. It's such a big topic. And it's only going to continue to accelerate and continue to grow and grow and grow. So as we really look at what's going on here, I am 100% focused on what Hedera is becoming, what they're doing. And regardless of if you see it or not, at this point in time, Hedera is not only positioning themselves for this new world that is happening in front of our face, but they have positioned themselves as a significant leader around tokenization endeavors. And I do think that they will continue to be one and continue to do that as well, and only expand from here on out and ink even more partnerships and also tokenize a lot more money. I am very excited about what Hedera is doing here. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, though. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you guys did enjoy the video, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.